Om Shanti. Today is Tuesday, the 11th of March 2025. Today is also the Smriti Divas of Dadi Hriday Mohini. On this Tuesday morning, let us listen to the Sakar Murli from our beloved Bap Dada. Bap Dada Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, the Father has come to take you children to a world of happiness, rest and comfort. Only in the land of peace and the land of happiness are there rest and comfort. So let's hear the essence once again on this Tuesday morning. Baba says, sweet children, the Father has come to take you children to a world of happiness, rest and comfort. Only in the land of peace only in the land of peace and the land of happiness are there rest and comfort. Today's question is, in what does Maya first attack you on this battlefield? In answer, Baba says two words, your faith. So it is in our faith that Maya first attacks us on this battlefield. Baba says, whilst you are moving along, she breaks your faith and thereby defeats you. If you have the firm faith that the Father, the one who removes everyone's sorrow and bestows happiness, is the one who is giving you Srimat, that he is giving us this knowledge of the beginning, the middle and the end of creation, you can never be defeated by Maya. So let's hear the question and answer once again. In what does Maya first attack you on this battlefield? Baba says in answer, your faith. Whilst you are moving along, Maya breaks your faith and thereby defeats you. If you have the firm faith that the Father, the one who removes everyone's sorrow and bestows happiness, is the one who is giving us Srimat, that he is giving us this knowledge of the beginning, the middle and the end of creation, you can never be defeated by Maya. Today's song is, take us far away from this land of sin to a world of rest and comfort. Om Shanti. Baba asks, to whom do you say, take us away somewhere else? How can he take you away? No one in the world knows this. You, the decoration of the Brahmin clan, know this number-wise according to the efforts you make. So, to today's song, take us far away from this land of sin to a world of rest and comfort, Baba asks, to whom do you say this? Take us away somewhere else. And how can he take you away? No one in the world knows this. That is, the Agyani souls do not know this. Baba says, you, the decoration of the Brahmin clan, know this number-wise according to the efforts you make. You children know that the one who has entered this one, meaning Shiv Baba who has entered Brahma Baba and is giving us this knowledge of himself and the beginning, the middle and the end of creation, is removing everyone's sorrow and is making us into bestowers of happiness. Baba says this aspect is not new. The Father comes every cycle and gives Srimat to us all. You children know that the Father is the same one and that we too are the same ones. So what do we know? We children know that the Father is the same one and that we too are the same ones. So this drama repeats exactly, identically every cycle. Baba says, you children should have this faith. The Father says, I have come to take you children to the land of peace and the land of happiness. However, Maya doesn't allow you to have faith. Whilst you are moving towards the land of happiness, she defeats you. This is a battlefield. So, like Baba often does, he gives us Lokik examples so that we progress in our Alokik study. Baba says those wars are fought with physical power, whereas this war is fought with the power of Yoga. The power of Yoga is very famous. This is why everyone speaks of Yoga. You learn this Yoga only once. Others teach many kinds of Hatha Yoga. So what do others teach? Others teach many kinds of Hatha Yoga. They do not know how the Father comes and teaches Yoga. They cannot teach this ancient Yoga. You children know very well that that same Father is teaching you Raj Yoga. He is the one whom people remember when they say, "O purifier, come, take us to a place of rest and comfort." Only in the land of peace and the land of happiness is there rest and comfort. So, only in the land of peace and the land of happiness is there rest and comfort. And when people say, "O purifier, come, take us to a place of rest and comfort," they are referring to Shiv Baba, but without the knowledge. Baba says, how could you experience rest and comfort in this land of sorrow? It is because there is no rest and comfort here that the Father comes according to the drama plan. So Baba highlights the word drama plan. So the Father comes here in this land of sorrow according to the drama plan. This is a land of sorrow. Here there is sorrow and only sorrow. Mountains of sorrow are about to fall. Baba says no matter how wealthy someone is or how important someone is, he will definitely have one type of sorrow or another. You children know that you are sitting with the sweet Father who has now come here. You now know the secrets of the drama. The Father has now come and he will take us back with him. The Father tells us souls because he is the Father of all souls. So, Baba has now come and he will take us back with him, and the Father tells us souls because he is the Father of all souls. There is a song about how souls remained separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time. Baba says that all souls stay together in the land of peace. The Father has now come here. The few souls who still remain up there will also come down. So there was a song about how the souls remained separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time. Therefore, Baba explains that all souls stay together in the land of peace. The Father has now come here. The few souls who still remain up there will also come down. The Father explains so many things to you here, but as soon as you go home, you forget them. These matters are very simple. The Father, the one who is the bestower of happiness and the bestower of peace, sits here and explains them to you children. There are very few of you children. The number of you will continue to increase gradually. Baba says you have love for the Father in an incognito way. Wherever you live, it is in your intellects that Baba is sitting in Madhuban. The Father says, remember me up there, meaning in the original home, which is also your place of residence. So, where should we remember the Father? Up there, Paramdham, in the original home, which is also, Baba says, your place of residence. You would definitely remember the one whom you call the Mother and Father. He truly has come to you. The Father says, I have now come to take you back. Ravan has made you impure and Tamopradhan, and so you now have to become pure and Satopradhan. How could impure ones go back? Baba asks. So, we must ask ourselves, how could impure ones go back? You definitely have to become pure. Baba says, at present, there isn't even one Satopradhan human being. This is a Tamopradhan world. This applies only to human beings. So, Baba says at present, there isn't even one Satopradhan human being because it is a Tamopradhan world. This only applies to human beings. The significance of the stages of Satopradhan, Sato, Rajo and Tamo is only explained to human beings. The Father only explains to you children. This is very easy. You souls were in your home. Only pure souls reside there. Impure ones cannot stay there. Its name is the land of liberation. The Father now makes you pure and takes you there, and you then go and play your parts in that land of happiness. You then go through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. You called out to him, Baba, take us away to a place of rest and comfort. Sages and holy men, etc., do not know where they can find rest and comfort. So, sages and holy men, they do not know where they can find rest and comfort. You children now know where you will find the rest and comfort of peace and happiness. So, what is the difference between them and us? Baba says, you children now know where you will find the rest and comfort of peace and happiness. Baba has now come to give us happiness for 21 births. He has come to give liberation to all those who come later. Those who come later have shorter parts. Your parts are the longest of all. So Baba is highlighting the word parts and he says, your parts are the longest of all. You know that you have now completed playing your parts of 84 births and that this cycle is coming to an end. The whole of this old tree has to be destroyed. Your incognito government is now planting the sapling of the deity tree. Those people continue to plant saplings of wild trees, whereas here the Father is changing thorns into a tree of divine flowers. So what is the difference between the Lokik and us? Baba says those people continue to plant saplings of wild trees, whereas here the Father is changing thorns into a tree of divine flowers. That is a government and this is an incognito government. So this is the difference. So Lokik is a government, whereas Alokik study which we do is an incognito government. What do they do and what do you do? Baba asks. Just look how vast the difference is. Those people don't understand anything. They continue to plant saplings, but there are many varieties of wild tree. Some plant saplings of one variety and others plant saplings of another variety. The Father is now once again making you into deities. You were Satopradhan deities and you then went around the cycle of 84 births and became Tamopradhan. It is not possible for anyone to remain Satopradhan eternally. Everything definitely has to become old from new. So, the crux of the whole sentence is, like Baba says, you were Satopradhan deities and you then went around the cycle of 84 births and became Tamopradhan. Hence, Baba says, it is not possible for anyone to remain Satopradhan eternally. Everything definitely has to become old from new. You were 24 karat gold, but you have now become jewellery of 9 karat gold. You have to become 24 karat gold once again. Souls have become like that jewellery. As is the gold, so the jewellery made from it. Everyone has now become tarnished. So Baba says, as is the gold, so is the jewellery made from it. Everyone has now become tarnished. In order to maintain your honor, you are not said to be totally ugly, but just tarnished. So how is Baba keeping up our image? Baba says, in order to maintain your honor, you are not said to be totally ugly, but just tarnished. You souls were pure and Satopradhan, but so much alloy has been mixed into you that Baba now shows you the way to become pure again. It is with this fire of yoga. It is only in this fire that your alloy can be removed. You have to remember the Father. The Father himself says, remember me in this way. So Baba has told that it is only in this fire that your alloy can be removed. You have to remember the Father. The Father himself says, remember me in this way. I am the purifier. I have made you pure from impure many times. Previously you didn't know this. You now understand that you are impure today and that you will be pure tomorrow. They have written that the duration of each cycle is hundreds of thousands of years and have thereby put people into extreme darkness. The Father comes and explains everything to you so clearly. Baba says the Father comes and explains everything so clearly. You children know who is teaching you. It is the ocean of knowledge, the purifier Father, the one who is the bestower of salvation for all. People sing so much praise on the path of devotion, but they do not understand the meaning of it. When they sing praise, they mix up the praise of everyone. They simply mix everything up with extra sweetness. They simply recite whatever anyone teaches them. So this is the difference in Bhakti Marg. When they simply mix up everything, Baba says, with extra sweetness. They simply recite whatever anyone teaches them. The father says, "Forget everything you have learned until now. Remain mine for as long as you live. Whilst living at home with your families, continue to interact with everyone tactfully. Only remember the one father. Theirs is Hatha Yoga, whereas you are Raj Yogis. You have to teach this to householders too." So, how should we teach? We should be leading them or teaching them by example. Baba says, when they see your activity, they will follow you. Baba highlights the word follow. When they see your activity, they will follow you. Therefore, do not fight or argue amongst yourselves. If you fight, what would they all think? That you have a lot of anger. Let there be no vice in you. It is the movies that completely corrupt people's intellects. This is like hell. One's intellect becomes corrupt by going there. There are so many dirty things in the world. Baba says the government has passed a law which says that no one under the age of 18 can get married. In spite of that, many marriages continue to take place. Babies in arms are still married off. You know that Baba is now taking you away from this dirty world. He is making us into the masters of heaven. The Father says, become conquerors of attachment. Simply remember me alone. Whilst living at home with your families, remember me. So what does Baba say? Become conquerors of attachment. Simply remember me alone. Whilst living at home with your families, remember me. Baba says only when you make some effort can you become the masters of the world. The Father says constantly remember me alone and renounce devilish traits. Write your chart every night. This is your business. Scarcely any people are ready to do this business. This is the business of changing those who are impoverished into those with crowns in a second. So what is this business? This alokik business is the business of changing those who are impoverished into those with crowns in a second. Therefore, Baba says this is magic. Catch hold of the hand of such a magician who makes you pure from impure with the power of yoga. No one else can make you this. No one can be purified by the water of the Ganges. You children now have so much of this knowledge. You should have the happiness that Baba has come once again. So many images of the goddesses have been created. Baba says they are portrayed with weapons and made to appear fearsome. Even Brahma has been portrayed with many arms. Baba says you now understand how Brahma must have hundreds of thousands of arms. How? Because we are all his Mukh Vangshavali. All of you Brahma Kumars and Kumaris are Baba's creations. This is how Prajapita Brahma has so many arms. You are now Roop Basant. Baba says an embodiment of Yoga who showers jewels of knowledge. So what is Roop Basant? An embodiment of Yoga who showers jewels of knowledge. Let there constantly be jewels emerging from your mouths. Baba says nothing but jewels of this knowledge should emerge. No one can put a value on these jewels. Baba highlights the word value and says, no one can put a value on these jewels. The Father says, Man Mana Bhav. Remember the Father and you will become deities. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you spiritual children, and we the spiritual children also say Namaste to our spiritual father. Today there is also a night class which was originally held on 11th of March 1968. The essence of today's night class is, Baba says, eminent people come to you to inaugurate the exhibitions. They just understand that you have found a good way to find God. So what do they understand? They just understand that you have found a good way to find God. Just as people attend spiritual gatherings and read the Vedas in order to find God, in the same way, you have now found this way. However, they do not understand that God is teaching you. They simply think you perform good actions, you have purity, and you enable them to meet God. That you goddesses have found a good path. That is all. So Baba says this is what the outsiders, the eminent people think of Brahma Kumaris when you ask them to come, invite them and inaugurate the exhibitions. So they simply think you perform good actions, you have purity and you enable them to meet God. That you goddesses have found a good path. That is all. Those whom you invite to inaugurate the exhibitions consider themselves to be very elevated. Eminent people think that Baba is a great person and that they should go and meet him. So here we are talking about Brahma Baba. Baba says, first of all, have them fill in the form and then send them here. First of all, you children have to give them the father's full introduction. What would they come and do here without having his introduction? So we should give the full introduction of Shiv Baba before bringing them to the exhibitions. Baba says they can only meet Shiv Baba when they first have full faith. What would they do by meeting him without recognizing him? Baba says many wealthy people come here and think that they should give something to this one. Poor people would just give 1 rupee, whereas wealthy ones would give 100 rupees. 1 rupee of the poor becomes more valuable. What does Baba say? 1 rupee of the poor ones becomes more valuable. Why? Wealthy ones cannot stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance accurately. They cannot become soul conscious. Therefore, Baba says, first of all, you have to put it in writing how you can become pure from impure. You have to become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan. There is no question of inspirations in this. The Father says, constantly remember me alone so that your rust can be removed. People come to see the exhibitions, but only when they come here 2 or 3 times and understand this. Can you understand that they have been struck by an arrow, that they belong to the deity religion and that they have performed devotion well? So, how should we identify people at the exhibitions? Baba says, people come to see the exhibitions, but only when they come here 2 or 3 times and understand this, meaning understand this knowledge, can you understand that they have been struck by an arrow, that they belong to the deity religion and that they have performed devotion well. Even though some like this, if they haven't grasped the aim, of what use are they? Baba asks, if they haven't grasped the aim, of what use are they? You children know that this drama continues to be performed. Whatever happens, your intellects can understand what is happening. The cycle continues to turn around and repeat in your intellects. Whatever each of you has done, you do that now. So, the drama continues to repeat every cycle, so we continue to do what we have done earlier. It is in the Father's hands whether he takes something from someone or not. Baba says, although centers have been opened and money is useful, when your influence spreads, what would you do with that money? The main thing is to become pure from impure. That is very difficult and you therefore have to engage yourself in doing that. So, the crux is, the main thing is to become pure from impure. That is very difficult and Baba says you therefore have to engage yourself in doing that. We simply have to remember the Father. Eat your meals and remember the Father. You will think that you should first claim your inheritance from the Father. First of all, make it firm. I am a soul. So, first of all, what should we make firm? I am a soul. When someone like that emerges, he can run fast. In fact, you children purify the whole world with the power of yoga. So, you children should remain so intoxicated. Baba says the main thing is purity. Here you are being educated. You have to remain pure and clean too. Internally, you must not remember anything else. You children have been told, may you remain bodiless. You have come here to play your parts. Each one has to play his own part. Let this knowledge remain in your intellects. You can also explain the picture of the ladder. The kingdom of Ravan is impure and the kingdom of Rama is pure, then how can we become pure from impure? So Baba says the kingdom of Ravan is impure and the kingdom of Rama is pure. Then how can we become pure from impure? You have to churn such things, and this is called churning the ocean of this knowledge. You also have to remember the cycle of 84 births. The Father has said, remember me. This is the spiritual pilgrimage. Your sins can only be absolved by having remembrance of the Father. While going on physical pilgrimages, people committed more sins. So, while going on physical pilgrimages, people committed more sins. Say, this is a lucky charm. If you understand this, all your sorrow will be removed. Some people wear a lucky charm so that their sorrow is removed. Again, Baba gives us a Lokik example where people often wear lucky charms and amulets so that it will remove them from sin or their sorrow is removed. So here Baba says, instead of going on a physical pilgrimage, this is a lucky charm, meaning this knowledge which we have from the Father. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good night from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. So Baba says good night at the end of this Ratri class of 11th of March 1968. Today's essence for Dharna has 2 points. The first point, become conquerors of attachment and remember the Father. Whilst living at home with your families, make effort to remain. Make effort to become the masters of the world. Continue to renounce the vices. Second point, your activity should be such that everyone who sees you will follow you. Baba highlights the word follow. Check that there are no vices remaining within you. Let's hear the essence once again. The first point, Baba says, become conquerors of attachment and remember the Father. Whilst living at home with your families, make effort to become the masters of the world. Continue to renounce the vices. Second point, your activity should be such that everyone who sees you will follow you. Check that there are no vices remaining within you. Today's blessing, may you be a world server who grants visions of your alokik power by doing double service. Blessing once again, may you be a world server who grants visions of your alokik power by doing double service. Baba explains, just as the Father's form is of the world server, so Baba often calls himself the world servant. Just as the Father's form is of the world server, in the same way you too are world servers. Like the Father, Baba says you do physical service with your bodies while keeping busy, doing the service of world transformation with the minds. Baba says you do physical service with your bodies while keeping busy, doing the service of world transformation with your minds. Let service be done with your body and mind simultaneously. So this is double service. Those who do service with their minds and with their actions at the same time enable others to experience and see that they have alokik power. Therefore, make this practice constant and natural. In order to serve with your mind, especially increase the power of concentration. So the crux line is, those who do service with their minds and with their actions at the same time enable others to experience and see that they have alokik power. So therefore the blessing of today was, may you be a world server who grants visions of your alokik power by doing double service. Finally, the slogan for today, pick up virtues from everyone but follow Father Brahma. A very nice, a simple and a very effective slogan for today. Baba says, pick up virtues from everyone but follow Father Brahma. Acha, Om Shanti. In the Avyakt signal for the month, adopt the culture of truth and good manners. Today Baba says, now reveal the truth on the basis of cleanliness and fearlessness. The authority of truth through your lips will automatically reveal the Father. Now transform the land with a godly bomb. So what kind of a bomb should we explode? Baba says transform the land with a godly bomb. The easy way to do this is constantly to have the awareness of the chant of Bab Dada on your lips and in your mind, just as you would chant his name while turning the beads of a rosary. Let everyone's chant be My Baba, Mera Baba. Let there be this constant chant in your thoughts, words, and actions. Let this be the mantra that is constantly chanted. When this mantra becomes the constant mantra, all situations will automatically end. Acha, Om Shanti.